Hey everybody, I haven't made a attack wing video in a while, but I've got a couple of Matter of Honor OPs this weekend, and I figured I'd just show you my list on what I'm going to take and the thoughts behind it. One thing with the Matter of Honor is that your ship's going to be taking damage from the tokens, probably from the very start, and so you really aren't going to be able to keep up with getting the tokens off your ship usually. And of course the damage goes straight to your hull. So any damage, so it bypasses your shields. Having a lot of shields probably isn't the best. So what I went with here, I went with a Faction Pure, and we are following the new rules on this list anyway. And that is 50 points per ship. So I went Faction Pure, new rules, new suggested rules, and I went Romulan Pure. And there's a specific reason for that, because I wanted some passive regen in my list. And the Romulans are great at the passive regen. First you got the Prototype 01, which has its own built-in ability to regen a point of damage every turn. So, repair damage to your shield. So if it does take damage from the tokens, you can repair that. Even though a 3-hull ship isn't necessarily the best idea in this, the fact that you can regen damage is a good way to get around it. Of course, we're going to put Garib on him. We're just going to hide a generic 3-point captain so I don't have to pay any of it. And then he's going to have 2 Cloaked Mines, because Cloaked Mines are awesome. So that's one we keep with the Prototype 01. That's only a 30-point ship as it sits, with the 5 captain skill and the ability to regen. So then I wanted some punch, so I went with the Scimitar, because it has that 7 hull, which is going to be a big deal in this OP, I think. And we're going to give him Mirok. Mirok, of course, is the one that regens. After you move, at least one friendly ship is in within range 1, repair damage to your hull or shields, which again is going to be a huge amount of passive regen, and that way it can again regen that damage, and it still has a lot of punch to it. And we give him Admiral Mendak, because Admiral Mendak is just amazing. So it not only gives him the +2 captain skill, so now these 2 ships are the same captain skill, so I can choose which one to move, but he gives basically the Romulans access to battle stations. And now this is the Matter of Honor OP. Even though it is Faction Pure, there is a special exemption in the PDF for this, where every ship can have either a captain, crew, or admiral out of faction with no faction penalty. And for this, I had 1 point left over, so I took Brunt. Just because Brunt actually for 1 point is a really good card. At the start of the end phase, you may discard this card to target an enemy ship at ranges 1 to 3. Place an auxiliary power token beside that ship. So that could be incredibly powerful in and of itself, but I probably won't use that because I'd rather have the bonus points if he lives. And lastly, again, for some more punch, I went with the Avatar of Tomed, the dual faction version, just because it has more attack. I gave that one Dinatra, because Dinatra is again an awesome captain. Gave that ship advanced cloaking, because it does have the tech slot, so they can stay cloaked. And lastly, this ship doesn't have the passive regen. It does have the regen ability. If you cloak, you can take a free regen action. But instead of doing that, I decided to go with Glendaro. Action repair 1 damage to your hull or shields. Again, it's out of faction, so you get a reward for that. If that ship survives, you get an extra bonus points towards your total. If that ship survives and you have an out of faction card on that ship. And Glendaro basically replaces the regen action without having to give up the attack. So that is going to be my Romulan fleet for the Matter of Honor OP. I'm really happy with it as far as, punch and survivability. Well, they're going to probably be cloaked most of the time, so they're going to have a lot of evade dice. I wish I had some way to reroll evades, but there's only so many points here. And this is 120 points, by the way. I suppose I forgot to mention that. It's 120 points, which is the recommended. Going to be hopefully the new total going forward, because 120 makes a big difference. So that's my Matter of Honor Faction Pure OP event fleet. Thanks for watching.